Hello everybody and welcome to a tour of the interior of this GibSea 262 to give you an idea of what's here, her layout, and if you like the look of her. So as you can see, we're just standing looking at the companionway. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 steps down, nice and easy for a boat of this size, and really easy with the handles either side. So good movement around the boat. Then that's backed up by the handles here, port and starboard. Very nice indeed. Now the engine's very easy to access on this boat. You can either go through the front here, so a bolt here and a bolt here. This lifts out to give us access to the front of the engine for those all important checks at sea. But obviously that would take the companionway out of action if you did that. But we'll look elsewhere in the boat for where else you can check the engine underway. We've got the main isolator under here, but other than that, a nice clear drop down into what is actually a very large lobby in this area on this boat, which is absolutely fabulous. So what we'll do, we'll start by turning to starboard and into the after cabin. So a nice door, nice and easy to open, and a nice hanging locker as we go into the cabin here. So for your longer garments, we've got shelves outboard as well, fiddled, and an opening window up there, which is really important to back up the opening window that we've got here as well. So as you can see, we've got a really nice, large, very long berth, plenty of room in here for two, I think. We've got a water tank under here, and under here we have access to the bilge, shaft, etc. And if you remember me mentioning that there's elsewhere in the boat to access the engine, we can go through the back here as well. So there's the back of the engine inside there. So we've got really good access. So if you check there without, if you check there at sea, then you're not going to compromise the use of the companionway. But obviously, if this is screwed in, it will be more difficult. So maybe we could replace that with some kind of wing nut affair. Here comes the MCCBs and the battery charger, etc. Now, headroom in here is underneath the cockpit is quite low, as you can see. This is the bottom of the cockpit moulding here, but here you would only be lying down anyway, and I think there's room probably to sit and read a book there. But certainly down this end on this berth, which I'll just reverse out so you can see better, there's better headroom to sit up and do what you need to do, as well as a small seat here to sit down on while you're putting your wellies on and off. Very good. And you will notice on this boat we've got two 40-volt sockets around too. Brilliant. Okay, let's close the door on that, and we'll take a look at the galley. So there we have the galley in all its glory. So down from the companionway, galley's immediately on your right hand side on the starboard side. That means it's nice and easy to pass your cups of soup, baked beans, etc. up and down to the crew who are outside soaking and freezing in the weather. But we've got two burners here and a stove. That's all you need on a boat of this type. Some storage. We have a sink unit here, and I think this is just a cool box unit rather than just a fridge unit there, but all good for keeping things cool. Nice L-shaped affair. It's nice and out of the way, so you can get past really easily. You can't get past so easily into the after cabin there. So there's the design compromise, but so if somebody's standing here, you'll have to ask them to shift out the way while you go and do whatever you want to do in the cabin. Not too much of a problem. Behind here, we've got storage for bits and pieces, plates, cups, etc. Whatever you want to put behind there. And if we just look up, you can see, as I mentioned before, we've got some nice bars here to hold on to. Brilliant for when you're underway. Not great to hold on to over the cooker, obviously, but while you're making your way forward, that's good. Lovely big windows to look out of, so lots of light coming in through there. Now, you'll begin to start to see the headlining on this boat, and I won't keep mentioning it, but the headlining is a feature, but unfortunately it's a feature that probably needs to be sorted out. As you can see, it's peeling off in lots of different places. So you may try to re-glue that on, or you may try for a complete refurbishment. That would be up to you, but it would transform her down here. Now, we do have lots of curtains around this boat, so we've got lots of privacy, etc. We have curtains over the sleeping area there, so we can curtain that off if we do want to. But let's look along the starboard side, shall we? So we've got a nice berth here. Now, it is quite short from here to here, but behind here we have a cunningly hidden trotter box, so those who are a little bit longer can stick their feet in there to their heart's content. But other than that, it does look like a really nice, comfy berth or sofa with two fiddle shelves behind, and there's some more 240-volt sockets too. So we've got the clock and barometer, vital on a boat or on a yacht, and then forward from that we've got quite a nice, large, long V berth. So it does end in a V here. So if you're really, really tall, you'll be scrapping for toe space down there. But other than that, looks good to me. We've got storage underneath. We've got storage on the outboard side here with fiddled shelves. What looks like a small hanging locker here too. But obviously, here's some of that headlining again hanging down. So that really does need fixing to really make this boat the best she is. Because it's actually quite nice down here. There's loads of room. The upholstery kind of works. Could do with a couple of repairs here and there. But I like it down here, no probs. Now we do have a saloon table here. We've got another leaf here which is unscrewed, and you may have seen it in the after cabin laying there, but that just needs to be hinged back on. I think this goes up and down as well. But plenty of room and seating for eating for lots of people. Well, 3 or 4, 5, perhaps 6 people. And on the port side here, probably almost a mirror of the starboard side. You've got a nice long berth here. This time it's longer because we've got the L shape here, which I'll just take you around for a look at. So slightly longer berth, ends a little bit further aft. But other than that, looks like a nice, comfy chair, stroke berth, fiddle shelves behind, and we can see where the chain plates come through, etc., etc. Very nice. And to finish off in this compartment, you can see, I didn't point out the nice flooring in here as well. And the actual headlining, rather than the coach roof headlining, the actual headlining looks okay to me. It's nice and soft, not dropping down anywhere in particular. A couple of little bit saggy bits, but nothing that really needs to be done in my mind. But in the port aft corner nestles the chart table. So basically, I think you'd be kind of bracing against here, looking to port or facing to port and talking up to the helm up there, or you maybe just nesting on the edge of the seat here and looking aft, and it's whichever way around you like it. The lid does lift, so you've got stowage underneath. We have a TV on there at the moment, and as you can see behind, we've got the electrics panel. We've got an aging VHF there, a stereo, and an older type chart plotter there too. So all in its place, and a little shelf to boot for the binos and the globe. So to finish off, we've got some more 240 volts down there as well. She's really well endowed with sockets, I have to say. Through this door comes a door to looks like a new compartment almost, actually. It's most surprising. In the port aft corner, we've got the head down there, which is a manual affair. Plenty of room, headroom's okay, and we've got a sink on the outboard side, a shelved unit on right outboard, and a nice opening window here, and you can see through the compass there. I would say the headroom here is compromised, so if you're standing here doing your business, you'll have this in your face. If you're sitting there and you're really tall, you may have to duck down a little bit slightly, but we shall see. So this has been Tim, just taking you for a quick run around the interior of this GibSea 262. Thanks for watching. If you'd like any more information, just go to boatshedbrighton.com for lots more pictures, videos, and virtual reality. Take care.